Hey, what's going on, guys? All in channel here, host Sega Forever. I just got back from doing some shopping, and there'll be no unboxing videos or no reveals or anything like that, like I normally do on my channel. I actually have to get some stuff to prepare for a hurricane that's coming, and I know some of you guys. Just to answer some of you guys, there's a hurricane coming. Yeah, it's coming toward the island that I live on. I actually live in Hawaii. There's technically 8 islands. Normally, when we have hurricanes or there's hurricanes coming, there's other islands that get hit before us, or we tend not to get hit at all. At least that's how it's been recently. Or we get like very little effect of it. But this one looks like it's going to be coming close. So I have to go take care of some stuff, pick some stuff up. So I got some stuff to do, but I wanted to do this video really quickly, man, because as you guys know, I'm a pro Xbox channel. I continue to be a pro Xbox channel. I know I haven't done any videos, man. I've just been really busy, as I've been talking about, man. I got a hurricane coming, got all this other stuff going on. The whole COVID thing, work, my kids, the school year's coming up, trying to figure out what's going on with that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are in the same boat. But even though with all this stuff going on, I was able to pick up a little bit on the Xbox stuff. I still keep up with it online from time to time. I don't get involved in it as much as I used to. And I've done videos on that channel explaining why. I've just been basically relegating myself to be a cog in the machine. That's how I've always been, technically. When I feel the need to speak up on certain things, I do. But like I said, I've talked about that in other videos on my channel, explaining why I'm not as active as I used to be, giving my reasons and stuff like that. But again, you know, Microsoft, especially when it comes to Xbox, Phil Spencer and his crew, for this whole, I say, like over the past year, 2019 and 2020, even with all this stuff going on, oh, sorry about the lighting, guys. Even with all this stuff going on, man, have found ways to promote the Xbox, and not just promote it, man, but to push it beyond, just push it beyond the boundaries that I thought that it couldn't push past, especially with everything, like I said, with all this COVID stuff and everything like that. They still find ways to innovate. They still find ways to keep the fan base and even their consumers in the know. And, you know, like with what happened recently, they just did their big showcase, and it was totally amazing to me. And it's amazing to me, not just because of what they show, but just that they're able to do that. And, you know, credit the team, credit all the hard work. I know Legal did a video on that. Sorry, brother, I haven't been able to watch that. But I'm pretty sure he said the same thing. But kudos to those guys, man, for just keeping the community and also their employees and everybody involved with Xbox. You know, they do a good job of balancing it, which, as we all know, has been kind of hard during these times. So with that being said, I've been relegated to kind of, you know, taking care of business, taking care of my family, taking care of things that I need to take care of. But with that being said, man, I just really wanted to talk about something that I've been noticing in the Xbox community. It's been happening since 2013, a lot of the hate. But the one good thing about what's going on now, man, and this is basically going to be a shout-out video, a hat tip video, and I haven't done one of those in forever. And basically, my hat tip videos are just to put people on blast, to let you guys know, especially if you guys are like myself, who are Xbox all in, who are Xbox strong, who love the brand, who are fans, who are consumers, who are hardcore when it comes to Xbox. It is your system of choice. The games that they provide is the games that you like to play, the services they provide, whether it be live or Game Pass or any of that, is something that you enjoy playing, or you enjoy participating. You know, the ecosystem that they've been pushing for the last 3 or 4 years, that you can see finally come into fruition. Man, if that's the type of person you are, then this is the video for you. Because, you know, like I said in my hat tip videos, man, I just want to shout out some of these guys in the Xbox community who are stepping up to represent the brand, especially in social media. Because when it comes to Xbox and Microsoft, dude, they get a lot of hate. And some of it isn't just for Xbox itself, man. It's just Microsoft itself. They're a big corporation, number one. Number two, they've done stuff in the past that, you know, I work with IT guys a lot, man, and I work with a lot of older dudes, and there's some stuff that they hold against Microsoft from when Windows back in the day, man. I'm not really a PC dude. I use computers for my job. That's probably why I don't like to do it at home, except to get online and stuff like that, or do the podcast. Like I used to produce videos or do stuff on YouTube, but pretty much I'm a straight console gamer. But there's guys that harbor mad ill will towards Microsoft from back in the day. So, you know, there's all these things that Microsoft has to deal with. But when it comes to the gaming realm, man, the level of hate they get from opposition fans, and you guys know what I'm talking about, man, #1 Sony guys, other gamers as well, a lot of these normies, you know, these fly-by-night guys, from the media with all their fake news and all the drama they produce for either because they can't stand Xbox or they just want clicks. And sad to say, man, and I'm just going to be honest here with this video, sad to say a lot of people on the Xbox community as well who claim to be Xbox, but they're really not. And I'm not talking about people who have a difference of opinion. I'm not talking, there's a couple dudes that I talked to already. One of the guys I'm really close with, you know who you are, brother, who was not impressed with the showcase. It didn't really do it for him, man. And I can understand that, man, because this dude is actually, you know, he supports the brand, he supports Xbox, and he's a gamer, right? So you can have divergent opinions. What I'm talking about is people that just, you know, are opportunists or just hate the console, pretend to like the console, you know, when it's popular, and then when things go bad, you know, they're the first ones to jump ship or the first one to talk trash. All these dudes that say stuff like, you know, they have to justify being an Xbox guy, which I can't stand, dude. Either you're in or you're out, bro. You know, or if you're not in or out, dude, just be a gamer, you know, and go about your business. But that's just the atmosphere we are in gaming. And the interesting thing about that, man, is I've kind of become numb to it. But there's some guys finally stepping out, man. Like I said, I'll put these guys on blast because I think they deserve to be followed. Especially if you're a person like who come to my channel because you can't go anywhere to escape all the bias that's in either media or on other YouTube channels or gaming channels in general. Gaming media in general. You know, if you're a person that's like myself, man, you know, #1, stop listening to the news, #1. #2, stop following these dudes, because it's not going to benefit you in any way if you're an Xbox guy, if you're Xbox all in. But there's a lot of people, man, that are stepping up now. And the interesting thing about this is, man, I've been doing this since 2013. And one of the reasons I don't do hat tip videos, man, because I learned a harsh lesson in 2013. And I was putting all these people on blast because I thought these dudes was, you know, I thought they bled green. And, you know, and even some of these dudes, some of the guys I kind of figured didn't, and so I wouldn't. But there were some dudes, man, that I would put my support behind, either by promoting their channel, watching their content, you know, promoting their content on my stuff. And, you know, even some of those dudes, man, have fallen to the wayside. So that's why I kind of withdrew in that, because, I mean, aside from a couple people I know that I have real faith in that's going to continue to do this, man, a lot of them, the rest of those guys, they just, you know, they're just not Xbox all in. You know, that's the best way I can put it. You know, they're not Xbox, and they never were. To be honest, a lot of them had egos. A lot of them just wanted to put themselves up. I kind of put up with it. I could kind of tell, but I put up with it because they're promoting the brand. So I was like, okay, you know, well, you know, everybody's different. You know, get along to go along and stuff like that, which never works, and I should have known better. But now, because of that, I stopped doing these videos. But now we got people stepping up, and we got people stepping up kind of big time, right? And like I said, you know, I'll happy to be a cog in the machine, and I'll speak up when I need to. But there are guys that are going to step up and take it to the next level. So one of the dudes, had tip to my boy, he bought E-Rock, the Don King of Xbox, man. NWO Prime's coming back. Much respect for him. Of course, the new Legal, who's been pushing hard this whole time. He's been the one that's been hitting the drums and been blowing the trumpet for the Xbox community over the last couple of years, man. He's been doing it hardcore. He's been doing it strong. Mad respect to him. And, you know, now we got new people coming up and starting to promote the channel. Or trying to promote the system. And trying to promote our gaming culture, man. Because a lot of times, you know, especially a lot of just the casual gamers and stuff like that, they go with what's popular. Or they go with what what's on everybody's wish list. For better or for worse. But, you know, now we got new guys stepping up. So, my boy he has this podcast. It's called We Got Next. There's other Xbox podcasts out there. you know, I watch them sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to watch them because when I want to watch something, dude, I want it to be Xbox. You know, I don't really care about PlayStation. That's why I don't do videos on PlayStation. I don't talk about PlayStation. Even when I do PlayStation before, it was more in the general gaming sense, but I don't really care because I don't own a PlayStation. Never will. It's just not where my heart is, man. My heart is on Xbox, and that's where I am. That's what I rep. But even on some of the other Xbox podcasts, man, they either like bring on somebody that's supposed to be Xbox, and then all of a sudden they're a gamer because they play something on PlayStation, like maybe they played a new God of War, they like the God of War and stuff like that. Look, if you're gonna be a gamer, just be a gamer. Or if you're gonna rep that as an Xbox podcast, just put yourself as a gaming podcast. You know, the reason why I don't watch that because I don't know what to expect from these dudes, man. Because I think they're hardcore, and then like Microsoft has an event that just happened, like they just pulled off the showcase where I thought was amazing, and I would think other people who like Xbox, not just as a fan but as a consumer, you know, there's different hats you can wear. When you're looking at this kind of stuff, that would make you happy. There was something for everybody, whether you're Xbox gamer, whatever your cup of tea, man. They had it in the showcase, and it still wasn't enough, man. So, you know, that just shows me, and I've known this for a long time, but it's just, you know, more evidence that, you know, it's time to move on from these dudes, and I basically have. But like I said, this video is to kind of promote the other guys that I've seen, these up and comers and stuff like that. Kudos to them. Like I said, E-Rock, Hebot, New Legal, Mr. 100, NWO Prime's back, Unlimited Productions, Sega Man, man, I can't remember the other dude, Phase 114, I believe. There's also guys like Starboy, he's on social media, Kima. There's some dudes out there, and I know I'm forgetting some of you, and I'm putting these guys on there because it seems like they're moving to that next level on YouTube, where they're starting making comment. I know Sega Man put out quite a bit of videos. Unlimited Production has been putting up a ton of videos, like the stuff he made. NWO just put up, NWO Prime put up a bunch of videos. So, look, if you guys like Xbox and want people to rep their brand, and you need to support these guys. I appreciate the support as well. I'll just be honest with you, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a lot of this stuff, because like I said, I got like 5 million things going on. Even doing this video right now is running long, and I got stuff to do before this hurricane comes. But you know, if you want the community, you gotta build a community. You gotta be a part of the solution, right? And you gotta do your part as well, you know. And like I said, my part is supporting these dudes, supporting their brands, supporting their labels, supporting the content that they're putting up there, regardless if I'm, you know, putting myself out there or not. At least I'll be there to support them. And if you guys feel you want to do that because there's lack of representation, then go ahead. You know, I'll be honest with you though, man. If you guys looking to become famous, or you guys want to blow up and stuff like that, you know, Microsoft and Xbox is probably not the route to go. There's very few channels. I think Dealer Gaming is like one of the few channels that is, as far as Xbox, I think he's the premium channel right now, and I think Mooch is another one. But you know, guys like Zaire, guys like Crap Gamer and stuff like that, you know, that's probably why they flipped to the other side, because they just wasn't pulling the numbers. Because at some point, man, a lot of this stuff has to be, at least from my perspective, or when I do these videos, man, it's just about the brand. You know, I don't want to be the next YouTube star. I don't want to be asking you guys for a Patreon or any kind of that. That's not what I do on my channel. So for me, it's comfortable. If you want to be bigger, if you want to do something like that, maybe this Xbox isn't your spot. You know, because it's very limited, the fan base, when it comes to Xbox. That's why a lot of people do PlayStation stuff, man. And you watch some of these guys' channel, they're not gamers, whether Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation. Right? Is that bad? I mean, not necessarily, but I'm just saying, right? It is what it is. Okay. So anyway, sorry about the lighting, stuff like this. This went way too long, but We Got Next just put out a new podcast. I definitely recommend you guys check it out. I'm in the middle of trying to finish it. I think it's 3 hours long. Usually when I do stuff, like when I'm doing stuff around the house, like prepping for all this stuff, this is when I listen to the podcast and stuff like that, just to catch up. But anyway, all in channel, host Sega forever, man. I'll try and put out some more videos. Make no promises, man. But thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for your concern. Much appreciated. And I'll see you guys, if not on YouTube, on social media, where you can follow me either at Sega Forever, or you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, I'm mostly active on Twitter now. Not as much on the other social medias, but Twitter is just a lot easier to do, especially given the limited time that I have. All right, man. So, shout outs to Microsoft, dude. I mean, we had some bad news, some drawbacks after they've been just knocking it out of the park and winning after the last almost 2 years. They've just been putting out content after content, Series X, Game Pass, all that kind of stuff, Ultimate Game Pass. all the stuff that they're putting on, and they had a couple setbacks. Number one with Mixer, which I was disappointed in. And then what happened with the Microsoft store, they'll be closing the Microsoft store in my area, which is bummer for me, man, because with the Series X and all this other stuff going on. In fact, I was going to buy a new computer from the Microsoft store, but that's not going to happen now. But at least, you know, we got some good news coming out, and what they showed at the showcase was amazing. It was very worthy of praise, in my opinion. Give it definitely a 10 out of 10. And then the other big news, of course, was when Microsoft said if you have Ultimate Game Pass, which I do, I won't have to pay for the streaming service, which is smart on their part, man, because now I'm looking at getting a Duo. Because if I get the Duo, I'll be able to stream. I should be able to stream on that device, and then I'll have a portable Microsoft device, which I've always wanted. So win-win for everybody. All right, all in channel, who's Sega forever? We out.